Namaste, my beautiful queens. This is a video for the queens. There will be no cards in this video. I will be talking. And of course, there will be only 1% of you who will listen to this. But out of that 1%, if 3-5 of you will take it into consideration, will apply it onto your life, and it will help you to avoid becoming a victim of all kind of psychos. This already is going to be big victory. This information was kindly given to me by a very skilled, very educated, very kind, very caring psychologist, Mark Barton. 12 rules how to not become a victim in relationship. I just read another article also written by a very good psychologist, how one girl who was the absolute genius, and she graduated with honors medical school, and she got that internship abroad, and she at age 25 she had her own business, her own clinic, her own everything, and she meets age 25 she meets the legendary, famously unfamously dangerous covert narcissist, and she said such a phrase: it's very difficult not to fall in love with such a man. But in 3 years, this woman turned into a shadow of herself. She turned into a shadow. She already had 2 kids. She would absolutely lose herself, and she would be completely broken because she refused even from communication with her own parents, with her own siblings. She looks and she behaves like if she is being heavily drugged, as much as that man completely destroyed her in 3 years. And you would never even imagine such thing to happen to a smart, successful, very goal-oriented woman. This is why such a video I need to make for you, not to become a victim in relationships. So this is 12. If you want, I am translating it into English and I'm giving it to you so you can be warned. So if you have a little like a little paper, or just listen to it, but if it's going to be better if you write it down a little bit at least. So 12 rules how to not become a victim of a relationship, because when you just meet a person and you know each other for a couple of months, it's hard to determine if there is any danger. So we will go into 12 rules how to not become a victim of any type of psychopath, hidden psychopath, any level of psycho narcissism, and manipulators, liars, abusers, so on and so on. So let us go into it. Number 1, the rule number 1, please pay attention to red flags. Please don't miss details. Do you know this expression, devil is in detail? Don't meet red flags, please. No matter how much you are in love, you're insanely in love, you're ready to die for him, don't miss red flags. Because most of women, when they already realize and understand they are in relationship with a beast, they then start thinking, and they can see that little thing which they were red flags, but they didn't want to pay attention to them. So he really can demonstrate who he is in reality. The warning calls are, as I said, in details. Devil is in details. He always tries, especially at the beginning of your relationship, to show the best version of himself. But in spite of that, you know, this song, True Colors will show. I see your true colors. If man asks you not to tell anyone, about your relationship. Please pay attention. This is one of the red flags. A man asks you not to, please, don't tell anybody. He hides you. I already explained you. Please be careful, because if a man buys himself a sport car, he doesn't hide it in a garage. He takes that car everywhere and show it to everyone. So please pay attention. If he asks you to not tell anyone that you have relationship with him, or he doesn't tell anyone that he has relationship with you. If you consider yourself in relationship, because this what can happen, you can think you have relationship with him, but he might have different opinion. He might consider himself free. So if he reacts negatively to, let's say, photos of you together on social media, or for example, you go to his social media page and you comment there something like, oh, my love, my sweetheart, I miss you so, and he reacts negatively, please pay attention to those little things, because this can be a sign that he's either married, he has a wife, or he has someone else, another woman or another women, multiple of them, which can see that comment, my love, my one and only, and, bring him trouble. So, or it's a sign that he doesn't have a wife or he doesn't have a woman, but he's just passing time with you. So please pay attention. If he hides you from friends, from family, from his social circle, if he does it, this is already a sign that you can become a victim if this happened in relationship. I hope I have enough time. Rule number two, if your man acts weirdly to you being sensitive, for example, you become vulnerable in front of him, or maybe you cry in front of him. So for example, you instead of acting, I am such a woman, I am a lioness, something happens and you show your I never can say this word, vulnerability and sensitivity, or you even cry, instantly he becomes distant. Okay? If he becomes distant when you need his support, when you need his help, please pay attention. It's a huge, huge, huge red flag. So he becomes distant. He doesn't give you support. You have to already get rid of this man, because good men will not ever block you when you are vulnerable. A good man you want to have in your life, a good man, right? You don't want a jerk in your life. He will always ask you, what can I do for you, my love, sweetheart? How can I support you? Or he will tell you, don't worry about nothing. I am here. I am here. Together we can take care of it. Together we can do everything. You can count on me. Okay? Good men, if you cry or something happens, your car broke, your electricity was cut off, you just lost your job and you don't have money to, for gas to get from work. I've seen this situation happening. You don't have money to get from work to home because, something happened. You became a woman became the victim of identity theft. And all her cards were blocked, and she called her so-called boyfriend, and he said, I'm sure you can figure things out. You're a big girl, Call me when you sort. Come on, girls. Please, girls. If a man doesn't give you support, If he blocks you when you have an issue, if he doesn't do shit, sorry my language, to help you, he doesn't give a shit about you, sorry my language. A good man will ask you, how can I help you? Don't worry, I'll be there. Just stay where you are. I will be there. Just be there. The good man will drive 5 hours if you have a flu. Together we can take care of it. Don't worry, you can count on me. But if he becomes irritated with your problems or any issues you have, if he becomes even aggressive, please run. Run, R-U-N. Run, you will become a victim. He doesn't give a damn. Okay? So this is number 2. Number 3, your man takes your attempts to serious talk negatively. Any serious talk, darling, we need to talk, he blocks it. So you want to know, freaking, you have the right to know. You're investing your time, your heart, your soul. You have the right to know where the heck it is going, where it's all going. But a man, any serious talk and conversation, he tells you, he kind of blocks you, not probably sometimes aggressively, sometimes not aggressively, let's not talk about it now. I don't want to argue right now. Let's not argue right now. If he doesn't want to have this serious talk with you, then the thing is clear. His goal is to keep everything as it is, okay? Just to keep everything as it is. He doesn't want to hear you, okay? He doesn't want to listen to you, to your goals, to your needs, to your wishes, to your dreams. Doesn't give a damn. He runs away or blocks you or changes the subject anytime you try to ask him a serious question or some serious talk. This is a sign of him being dishonest. Okay, if a man doesn't want to answer a serious question or have a serious conversation, he is wiggling out of it. This is a sign of him being dishonest, because a real man is not afraid of answering your question. A real man is not afraid of your feelings. A real man is not afraid of your worries. A real man is not afraid of your emotions. He does not want to solve anything. It's not a real man. It's a piece of junk. Real good man is not afraid. He wants to hear you. He wants to know what you want, my love. What you're dreaming about. What are your goals? What is that you want us to achieve? How can I help you get there? Girls, the red flags are right there. What happens to us, I don't know. Please pay attention. This was number 3. Now I need a drink. Number 4. Number 4, never allow your man to take over your private space. Believe it or not, some of you consider that he wants to control you, who you meet, where you go. Some of you take it as the sign of him wanting you, needing you. Girls, if a man wants to control your private space, for example, he wants to read your email, he wants to control your social media, your telephone. If your man is a controlling freak, this is not a good sign at all. Not a good sign at all, because this man will take slowly control over your entire life, and he will have you as a prisoner, like an example of a girl I just told you about. She had it all. He made her sign all the papers, all the businesses, all her real estate, everything belonged to him. He made her a prisoner, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental of himself. Please be careful. Be careful if he wants to control every aspect of your life. It's a cycle. Number 5. If he wants you to refuse, again, some women take it as a good sign. Oh, it's messed up. It's a messed up. Some women take it as a good sign when a man tells you, I don't want you to work anymore. Unless it's a horrible, tough work. If he wants you to refuse from self-development is a huge, important thing for making your relationship or your marriage successful, because if you stop at your development, you stop becoming interesting for yourself, you will stop becoming interesting for him as well. Again, if he tells you leave a job, you don't have to work, you don't have to study no more. No, don't do that. Unless, of course, if he does it out of care. For example, you are having extremely hard work where you work 16 hours a day. It's not a pleasure for you, but it's a disaster. Then he tells you, please leave the work and please find something where you can develop, when you can enjoy, when you can use your creativity and your talents, then it's a good sign. But if he just wants you to stop working, stop studying, if he wants to make you stop doing anything, your interest, your hobbies, your everything, he wants you to become dependent on him fully. Do not allow it, because do not allow any man to fully control your life. Allow me to repeat it 3 more times. Do not allow any man to fully control your life. You're gonna be screwed up completely. You always need to have your freedom, even if you are married, freedom to self-develop, freedom for growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Do not allow him to fully control your life. If he wants you to fully devote yourself to serving his majesty and his needs, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Be careful. Be careful if he tells you, leave this job, don't leave the university, don't communicate. Also this, don't communicate with these people. I don't like these people. Don't communicate with those. Like, he starts to control you like if you're a puppet. Excuse me, you're what, a slave of his? You have your life. You are two self-sufficient people. You are in rich life of each other. You're not supposed to become his slave. And if you do think and believe that if you devote yourself truly and fully to a man, he's gonna love you for the end of time, girls, it's not gonna happen. You need to always be filled with things you love, things you have passionate to. You need to have your life, which is going to be yours, not his. Don't live a life of a man. Never do this mistake. It's leading you to complete disaster. Now, number 6, please pay attention. Please pay attention. He wants to change you. If he wants to change you, anyhow, and sometimes narcissists, you know how narcissists actually, they talk very interestingly. You're such a beautiful woman. If only you lost a couple pounds, you would be a Miss Universe. Okay? It's when he puts you down while giving you compliment. The covert compliment, which is actually humiliation. So, and then you thinking, is he complimenting me, or he tries to humiliate me? Please be careful with that. If only you had longer legs, I don't know, or a bigger boobs, whatever, you would be like Angelina Jolie. Please be careful. He tells you need to lose weight or gain weight. You need to change your hair color or a type of your clothing, or you need anything he wants to change in you. If a man wants to change you, this is the scariest of all signs. Scariest, especially if this is happening in the beginning of your relationship. He's already not happy with you. He's already not happy with the way you are. He already tries to change you. He already humiliates you. If he's trying to do it with the first several months of your relationship, imagine what he's going to be doing if you live together, you get married. Because if a man wants to change you, he wants to change you in the way. He wants to see you. Never refuse from yourself. Never refuse from yourself. Never refuse from yourself. Be who you are. Be yourself. If he tries to change you, please run. Run very, very fast and very far away. Next, number 7. Pay attention how often he's sabotaging you. How often he provokes you to do something what you consider not appropriate or what you consider wrong. From little things to big things. He doesn't do what he promised. His promises go against with his actions. Words go against actions. He does everything to break your plans. As soon as he tries to break your plans, your system, in the future, he will make you a victim. Sabotaging. You want to go to visit your friends, but he makes sure you're not going. He does everything possible that you don't do what you plan to do alone. If you have a plan to do something together, he's gonna sabotaging those plans, giving you lame excuses. So please pay attention if a man sabotaging you, how often he does it. If he already does it at the beginning of your relationship, you will be a victim. Number 8. If a man considers that your passions, your hobbies, things you believe in is absolute bullshit, especially if you are in relationship for the first several months, let's say within a year, you have passion for saving a planet. Oh, come on, give me a break. He tells you, really? You have nothing better to do? You have a hobby of making origami flowers. Oh, come on, you're what, a baby? Whatever hobby you have, whatever passions you have, whatever things you like to do, he tells you this all is absolute bullshit. So it means he disvalues you like that. He already disvalues what you like to do, what you're passionate about, what you consider important. Please pay attention. If he makes fun of you, he criticizes you, he must do everything to stop your development as a person. Because please, lots of you do this horrific mistake that you meet a man, you marry a man, you start living with a man, you refuse from things you like. You refuse from joy and happiness, because if you liked origami or you liked painting, it brought you lots of joy and lots of happiness, and because you wanted to please your dude, you refused from it. You refused from your little piece of joy and happiness. Okay? What man does it for? So the only hobby, the only passion, the only thing for in your life is gonna be him, the king. Put him on pedestal and worship him. Because as soon as you stop your hobbies, your passions, the only thing to make you happy is become his majesty. This works not. This works not. You're going to become codependent. dependent. You will be scared to lose him because in your life you already refused from everything. He's gonna be the only thing there. Stay, and he's gonna be your master. You're gonna be a puppet. Please pay attention. You see, these things you need to teach your daughters, sisters. Everyone must know those things. Number 9. He considers you must agree with him about everything. Like he says, you must agree. He says you must agree. Forget about it. Do not ever be a person who agrees with everything. You have to show your value. Show your value. If he tries to convince you in something, but you know this is not right, tell him about it. If he tries to convince you that you are wrong, but you know you are right, tell him he is wrong and you are right. Respect yourself always. Respect yourself always. Respect yourself always. Never be afraid to say what is important for you. You will make him respect you. You will forbid him right there to treat you as a doormat. If you do not do this, you will live by only set of rules. The only set of rules is going to be his. Number 10. Never. Never. Ever discuss your past man with your new man. And be careful if he asks you about X. Anything you say, anything you tell him, he's gonna be holding and using against you. Never discuss your past man with your new man, even if it was one man or two. Past relationship, past partners. I see such an insane thing when a woman, married woman, she had an affair and she told her husband about it. This is not gonna work. It's not gonna fix anything. It's gonna completely destroy whatever's. Never discuss your past man with your new man. But if you were married and divorced, then he's going to ask you, why did you divorce? Then you can, don't discuss it. Say something like, I think that we just probably were very different, and it was better. We decided that we would come out of this relationship as beautifully as we entered. So we just, each went our own way. Don't discuss your ex. Number 11. If he does not like your best friend or best friends, and he tells you, I don't want you to meet this woman anymore, I don't like her, or I don't want you to meet this group of people anymore, please don't refuse from the people which you used to communicate before him, but suddenly he tells you, I don't want you to meet this friends or this girlfriend. This is manipulation. Again, he wants to make himself the only sense of your life. This is narcissism, covert narcissism, manipulation, so on. If he wants to make himself the only sense of your life, then you need to run away from him, because you're going to be ending up being a victim. If a man wants to make himself the only sense of your life, then this man is a narc and a manipulator. Then you will be trapped in the thing called narcissist empath codependency. This man is going to become the only sense of your life. You're going to become codependent, and no matter how nasty he behaves, you're going to be staying there, because codependency is like drug addiction. It's really scary. Try not to get there. And number 12, the last one, maybe the first one. You met a man and he he wants to have sex with you right away. You just had dinner, he wants to have sex with you. If you don't feel, because many women telling me that, I just didn't want to lose him, I really liked him, so we are grown-up people, why not? I will tell you why not. If you don't feel ready for having sex with a man you just met, you don't know each other good enough, and you must tell him about it. You need to tell him, sorry, dude, I'm not ready. Let's communicate more. Let's get to know each other more. And he's gonna tell you, no, listen, babes, we are grown-up people. Come on, what the hell? It doesn't matter if it's gonna happen in a month or now. If it means he doesn't give a damn about your emotions and your feelings. He's not anyhow interested in you. Be careful. If a man wants to have sex with you right away and he doesn't agree with you not to, he doesn't give a damn about you. These are 12 rules how not to become victim of a relationship. Not many of you will listen, but those of you who will listen, probably this will help you to avoid a lot of situations where you would have a risk to be brokenhearted. I'm doing this video to help you avoid that. I hope it was helpful. Namaste.